Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today, we are discussing a topic that affects every one of us, no matter where we live: World Population Day. At first, the phrase population might sound like it's only about numbers, but behind every number is a person, a family, a community, and a story. Well, World Population Day isn't just about how many people live on Earth, it's a myth. It's about how we can build a healthier, fairer, and more sustainable future for everyone. So let's explore why this day matters. So, what is World Population Day? World Population Day is observed every year on July 11. It was established by the United Nations Development Program, that is UNDP, after the world reached approximately 5 billion people in 1987, an event known as 5 billion day. Since then, the global population has continued to grow, bringing both opportunities and challenges. The goal of World Population Day is not to create fear about population growth, but to encourage thoughtful conversations about health, education, equality, sustainable development, and access to resources. When we heard that the world's population has crossed billions, it's easy to think only about statistics. But every number represents someone with dreams, talents, hopes, and challenges. So, a child going to school, a parent working to support a family, a healthcare worker helping patients, a farmer growing food. Population isn't just data, it's humanity. Okay, so population growth affects many aspects of our lives, and why does it matter is the next question. It matters because of food security, access to clean water, housing, healthcare, education, employment, transportation, climate change, natural resources. Okay, so as communities grow, planning becomes increasingly important to ensure that everyone has access to basic necessities and opportunities. Now, let's come to education. What is the importance of education? Education is one of the most powerful tools for creating positive change. When people have access to quality education, they are better equipped to make informed decisions about their futures, careers, health, and families. Educated communities often experience improved health outcomes, stronger economies, and greater opportunities for future generations. Okay, so one of the key themes of World Population Day is family planning. Now, moving on to family planning, I would like to ask why family planning matters. Family planning means giving individuals and couples access to accurate information and healthcare so they can make informed decisions about if and when to have children. So, this is about choice, health, and dignity. Access to reproductive health care and maternal care helps improve the well being of families and communities. Okay, so if I talk about family planning, then I would like to also talk about gender equality. Population discussions are also closely connected to gender equality. When women and girls have equal access to education, healthcare, employment, and decision making opportunities, societies become stronger. You know why? Because empowering women benefit entire communities. Now, what is relation of healthy pregnancy? So, healthy pregnancy and safe childbirth have a long-term connection, and that is related to proper nutrition contributes to healthier families. Supporting maternal and child health is an investment in future generations. Now, what are the challenges of a growing population? As population increases, many countries face important challenges. Okay, like cities become more crowded, traffic increases, housing demand rises, healthcare systems become busier, schools require more teachers and classrooms, and these challenges remind us why planning and sustainable development are so important. So now if I talk about sustainable development, it means protecting natural resources. So our growing population also depends on earth's resources like clean water, forests, oceans, agricultural land, wildlife. Using these resources responsibly helps ensure they remain available for future generations. So, simple everyday habits, saving water, reducing waste, recycling, and conserving energy can collectively make a meaningful difference. Now, if I talk about collectively making a meaningful difference, then it means that climate and population are closely connected. Population and climate are connected in many ways. More people require more food, transportation, housing, and energy, and this makes sustainable choices increasingly important. Now, renewable energy, public transportation, efficient buildings, and responsible consumption all contribute to a healthier planet. Okay, so if I talk about a healthier planet, it means that the planet also has human rights. World Population Day also reminds us that every person deserves dignity and respect. Unfortunately, many people around the world still face challenges such as poverty, child labor, human trafficking, and unequal access to education and healthcare. Supporting human rights means working toward a world where everyone has opportunities to live safely and thrive. So, if I say it safely and thrive, then it means that the quality of life also matters. And this day isn't simply about increasing or decreasing population numbers, it's about improving quality of life. Okay. So, if I'm saying improving quality of life, then it means that healthy communities, accessible healthcare, good education, safe neighborhoods, equal opportunities. So, if I talk about the equal opportunities, then it means that these are the foundations of sustainable development. So, what can we do to bring sustainable development is the main question, because you might wonder what difference can one person make? Well, I would like to say that quite a lot, because there are simple ways to contribute. Learn about global population trends, support education and literacy. Use resources like water and electricity responsibly. Reduce food waste. Promote respect and equality. Share reliable information about World Population Day. Encourage conversations about sustainability. Small actions add up when millions of people participate. Learning from different countries. Every country experiences population changes differently, right? But some nations have rapidly growing populations. Others face aging populations and declining birth rates. Now, understanding these differences helps us appreciate the diverse challenges and solutions around the world. So, how can we bring more solutions around the world? Well, social media as a tool for awareness. Okay, World Population Day is also an opportunity to raise awareness online. Sharing educational articles, infographics, or thoughtful reflections can encourage meaningful conversations. Now, what is the goal around it? The goal isn't to spread fear but to promote understanding and informed discussion, because there is a hope for the future. So, despite global challenges, there's also much reason for optimism. So, what are the advances in healthcare? The healthcare advances means better education, innovations in sustainable technology, greater awareness of environmental issues. So, young people around the world are contributing creative solutions every day, and progress happens when people work together. So, if I talk about my personal reflection, well, I would like to say that whenever I think about World Population Day, I am reminded that every individual matters. Our choices, how we treat others, how we care for the environment, and how we contribute to our communities to shape the future. We may not change the world overnight, but we can make thoughtful decisions that positively influence those around us. Now, if I talk about my final thoughts on this, then I would say that World Population Day is ultimately a reminder of our shared responsibility. A growing world requires compassion, planning, cooperation, and respect for one another. Because it's not simply about counting people, it's about creating conditions where people can live healthy, meaningful, and fulfilling lives. Because every person deserves opportunities, dignity, and hope. So, before we finish, I would love to hear your thoughts. What do you think is the most important step toward building a more sustainable future? And when I say sustainable future, it means what do you think about education, environmental protection, healthcare, or something else? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching. If you found this discussion meaningful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to help spread awareness about World Population Day. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and remember, a better future isn't built by numbers alone, it is built by people who choose to care for one another and for our planet. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.